Hey everyone, Josh here of Ragged Oak, and welcome to the second episode of Pedalboards and Brews. Last month we did an episode with the Steamworks Colorado Kolsch and decided to pair it with the JHS Morning Glory. And I asked you guys if you wanted to give any recommendations or ideas of a beer for me to try for this one. And the first one that I got, this comes from a friend of mine named Andy, is to do Fuller's London Pride Amber Ale. I have not tried this before, so I figured I would just try it on camera right now, and then try to figure out what is the best pedal, at least within my collection, that I can pair to this beer. So let's open it up. And there we go. It's a pretty nice color. All right, let's give it a taste. I feel like this is something it's pretty straightforward. I get this as like an easy to drink beer, that's for sure. You know what? I think I got an idea. All right, let's talk a little bit about the London Pride Amber Ale and the EarthQuaker Devices Acapulco Gold. When I did that first section of just me trying the ale for the first time, to be honest, I didn't really have a lot of reaction to it. While I don't think that it was necessarily like a bad beer, I also didn't think that it was the most amazing or unique thing that I ever tasted. I thought that it was something that was definitely perfect for just sitting around and hanging out, for a summer's day, for a winter's day, for watching a soccer or I suppose football match, or just hanging out with friends and understanding that it's not something that is necessarily meant to be the main event of the party. It's something that does the one thing that it's saying to do, and it tastes exactly like you would think an amber ale would taste. And I'm sorry if a London Pride is like your favorite ale of all time and I'm not loving it quite as much as you want me to, but I thought that it was a good beer. Is it something that I would go to first in a store? Probably not, but I think that it had some very notable, proper amber ale notes that you could just tell that's what it was trying to be. And so in pairing it with a guitar pedal, I thought, well, what's something that is very recognizable, is very simple, and is something that you can use in a number of different settings, but doesn't necessarily have to be this crazy in-depth thing that you have to pay all of your attention to. And that's what brought me to the Acapulco Gold. This is a guitar pedal that I've had for a pretty long time. The first time that I bought it, I put it on my pedal board, and if I'm being honest, I rarely used it. And part of the reason for that is I think that I used it in the wrong way, which is I tried to use this as primarily a distortion pedal, because truly you crank this knob up, this one knob that it's got, and you can get some insane distortion sounds. But as you'll notice in some of these videos of me playing, you turn that knob up a little bit past 3 and your volume's cranked on your guitar and your ears are gonna start bleeding. There's almost no place that I could play this. So it left my board because it was just the kind of thing that I wasn't using all the time. Running this into a hot amp just didn't work. But you start to treat this pedal like it is an amp itself, and you enter a whole amazing world of tonal possibilities, which I think makes it a perfect pairing with that London Pride Amber Ale. It's something that does one thing. It does one thing, you can do it to the max. I guess you could pound 12 of those beers, or you can do it just a little bit. You can have one hanging out with friends, and you know, whatever you're doing, it's gonna fit in that setting if you use it in the way that it's nice. If you just want something that's easy hanging out with friends, you drink that beer. If you just kind of want to give a little bit of amp style grit to your tone, you can use this. Or if you're having a party, if you're having a lot of people over, if you're watching a game, whatever it is that you're doing, it can be part of the life of that party. Or like with this, you can crank it and produce some absolute insanity. This is not at all me saying that you should pound beers and get drunk. I don't think that. More saying that you can use them in different settings. So I think that it's a perfect beer pairing with this guitar pedal. I also realized that for neither of these things have I necessarily talked in a way that makes them seem like it's something that you should go out and buy, but I absolutely am not trying to do that. I think that this guitar pedal, if you're looking for something that does what it does, or if you just want something that has a a bit of a unique flavor that you can add to your arsenal, then grabbing the Acapulco Gold is a really, really cool way to do that. It's gonna give you these very intense, classic, amp distorted tones that are gonna do a lot for your sound. And if you're looking for just an easy beer for a good night with some people that you love, or if you're looking to go out, if you're on the mountain, if you're at the beach, whatever you're doing, if you're watching a game, if you're having a meal, a London Pride Ale seems like a great thing to just have around to enjoy easily without worrying about it being too heavy for your stomach, or being something that people are gonna come in and not be able to handle, but you're also avoiding it being, well, basically a shitty beer. It's not a shitty beer, it is a good beer, but it's not something that's gonna be crazy, that's gonna blow you out of the water. It's something you're gonna be able to sip on and enjoy for a while, whatever it is that you're doing. Now let's talk about the EarthQuaker Acapulco Gold. First off, this is my clean tone. Now the Acapulco Gold is modeled after a cranked vintage Model T amplifier, giving it some insane distorted sounds, but it has a very unique relationship with the volume knob on your guitar. This current sound you're hearing is the volume on Acapulco Gold at about 3 o'clock, as you can see, with the volume on my guitar all the way up. This pedal does an excellent job of getting you amp-style distortion sounds. As you can hear from just my playing right now, putting that onto the bridge pickup, you can get some really great distorted lead tones. Now, one of the best ways that you can use this pedal is to do a little bit of drop tuning. It gives you that very gritty, low-focused sound that you might want, especially if you're one of those gent guys, to just get that deep, crazy, distorted metal tone. But this is where this pedal gets really interesting. Watch me crank the volume on the pedal all the way up, but turn the volume pretty low on my pickups. You'll notice that I have this somewhat cranked amp sound, but actually a pretty clean tone coming from the guitar. However, it is very low focused. Especially as I play chords like these, you can hear them start to reach that breakup point, but not quite be there. Something that I completely have control over via the volume knob on my instrument. Now let's adjust the volume on the pedal and see how it behaves differently with my guitar. I've actually got some very crisp sounding, somewhat gritty chords, but with a pretty good, just colored, clean tone. However, the general volume of the room right now is much, much louder.
pedal does a great job of maintaining clarity, especially as I play these higher notes on the instrument. Now let's take this volume knob back down towards 3 o'clock and see how it behaves with my new tone and volume. You can listen to that distortion rise. All of that comes from moving the volume knob on my guitar. You can see this is a simple thing with quite a bit of diversity. A perfect pairing with an easy amber ale.
Thank you so much for watching this second Pedalboards and Brews video. If you liked this video or any other videos on the channel, please consider heading over to my Patreon page and becoming a patron. Doing so gives you access to tons of cool things such as free demos, early releases, videos, requests, a direct line of communication to me, and you get some sweet merch every couple of months. And once the album comes out, you will get a ton of perks coming with that. You can also head on over to my Gumroad page where you can download any media that I've used in these videos that you might want to use in your own projects. And aside from that, please like and share this video and follow both on YouTube or on Instagram, both under @Ragged Oak Music. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.